Hi, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Amanda.
and we are serving up
All that jam.
All That Jam, Quick Hit. Jono Manson on Almost Home.
95, Almost Home. It's, I think, you know, a lot of people first heard of you, and it was sold on the fact Blues Traveler was huge at that moment.
Yeah.
And you had John Popper on there. You want to talk a little bit about how that album came together? And
Yeah, the way that came to be was, in the few years prior to that, I go, as we already mentioned, way back with those guys, and we started sort of a side band called High Plains Drifter, which was originally was formed so that Bobby and Chan from Blues Traveler, and sometimes Eric Shankman, from the guitarist from the Spin Doctors, would be part of this, could come out west, visit with me, and then we'd go up and play gigs like in the Colorado ski towns, hence the name High Plains Drifter. And so, it kind of, and I was the front man for that band. I was the lead singer and one of the guitar players in the band. And Popper would join us sometimes. And Mark Clark, who's a drummer based here in Santa Fe, was part of that band.
and he still plays with you, correct?
Yes, absolutely. You've done your research, Mark. And I, when I first moved out here in '92, he's one of the guys that I gravitated towards. Santa Fe, New Mexico is a small scene, but there's some great guys and gals playing music here, and so it took me a minute to find the good ones, and I've stuck with them. And thankfully they've stuck with me. So that's how that project started out, as sort of a Blues Traveler related side project. And at a certain point, this is during the year prior to Blues Traveler 4, which of course was their big, commercial breakthrough. They were, of course, they had been working it on the road for years already had 3 albums out. And but Blues Traveler 4, of course, is the one that really put them on the map. Runaround, Hook, all that stuff.
And the original Horde had also existed at that point. So
Sure. And I was part of the Horde tour for several years, 95, 96, I think even 94, definitely 95 and 96.
97 was with Sheryl Crow,
Yes.
Dave Matthews, I guess.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I was on, and the first year that Horde came through New Mexico, which was earlier than that, which was probably 94 even, Cheryl was on it for some shows. But she had yet to really break at that point. But so the guys in Blues Traveler brought the project to A&M, which was their label at the time, and said, "Hey, we're doing this thing with Jono, and would you be interested in maybe helping us make a record?" And they listened to our recordings. We made some demos and gave it to them, and they dug it. And so they viewed it sort of as something that could be put out sort of as a Blues Traveler related record, which is, like, as you said, how it was initially marketed. But they said, we don't want to call it High Plains Drifter. We think, it'd be better just to put Jono's name on it, which of course I didn't object to, because it's all about me. And so that's how that record came out, and that was a really, really fun project to do.
Yeah, Relics, when I saw the ads for it in Relics, it was your name with members of Blues Traveler.
Right, exactly, yeah.
That was the selling point for it.
Sure.
And I guess it worked. Somewhere in a box in this house, there is still that tape. I know that it still exists.
You have the cassette?
Yes, I have the cassette somewhere.
It did come. Yeah, that was right at the tail end of records being released on cassette. I mean, I'm on Blues Traveler 4, and I'm over here on the wall. You can't see it because it's in the other part of the studio, but I have my platinum album award for that album, and it's for the sale of over 1 million LPs, CDs, and cassettes.
Right.
And now cassettes are coming back. Bands are making, obviously vinyl's making a big comeback, but cassettes are now happening again too. So
Scott McMicken from Dr. Dog.
Uh-huh.
used to be in Dr. Dog. He has a whole label called Press One, I believe, that does all cassettes. And one of the drummer from Vampire Weekend and bass player from Real Estate have a band called Taper's Choice, and everything they've ever released has only been on cassette.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still have a cassette player in my car.
Yeah, I have
Because
someone somewhere, but
yeah, I mean, I have one here in the studio because I need to make transfers off of cassettes and so forth, and every once in a while when I'm mixing, I'll bounce a mix to a cassette and listen to it because I have a '98 Subaru wagon, and that was the last year that they made them stock with a radio, CD player, and cassette player, and the cassette player still works, and it sounds really good.
top of the line.
Yeah, it's well, yeah, the speakers have been worked pretty hard over the last, let's see, 25 years now, but I still use that to check mixes. I'll put either on a CD or a cassette and go sit in the car and listen.
If you are enjoying All That Jam, please like and subscribe to our social media channels at All That Jam Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our website, allthatjampod.com. Make sure to sign up for our email list and tune in every week for new episodes.
Also, look for full interviews on our YouTube channel. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long.